Betrayal. It's a word that sends chills down your spine, doesn't it? It's one of the most painful experiences in any relationship, whether it's with a partner, a friend, or even a family member. It can leave us feeling lost, confused, and questioning everything. You might find yourself asking, what went wrong? Was I blind to the signs? How could someone I trust so deeply hurt me like this? You see, betrayal cuts deep. It shatters the foundation of trust we've built, leaving us feeling vulnerable and exposed. It's like the rug has been pulled out from under us and we're left scrambling to find our footing. But here's the thing, you're not alone. In this video, we're going to shine a light on the often subtle signs of betrayal. We'll explore 4 key behaviors that could indicate someone you trust may be betraying you. Now, this isn't about becoming paranoid or suspicious of everyone around you. It's about empowering yourself with knowledge, recognizing the red flags, and protecting your emotional well-being. Remember, you deserve honesty, respect, and loyalty in your relationships. Let's dive in and uncover the truth together. One of the most telling signs that someone might be betraying you is a sudden and unexplained change in their behavior. They might start acting distant, withdrawn, or evasive. Those once familiar loving glances, they might be replaced with averted eyes or a fleeting touch that lacks its usual warmth. Think back to the early days of your relationship. Remember how open and communicative they used to be? Betrayal often breeds secrecy, and that secrecy can manifest in a reluctance to share details about their day, their whereabouts, or even their thoughts and feelings. You might notice inconsistencies in their stories, almost like they're struggling to keep their facts straight. Perhaps they tell you they were working late, but then you find a receipt for a romantic dinner during that same time. Or maybe they mention a new friend you've never met, but their social media tells a different story. Pay attention to these inconsistencies, no matter how small they might seem. Your gut might be telling you something feels off, and you know what? Your intuition is a powerful tool. Don't dismiss those nagging feelings or brush them aside. When you confront them about these changes, how do they react? Do they become defensive, dismissive, or even angry? Do they turn the tables and try to make you feel like the one who's being unreasonable or overly suspicious? A person who is being truthful and transparent will welcome your questions and concerns as an opportunity to clear the air. They'll want to address your worries and reassure you that everything is okay. But someone who's hiding something will often resort to defensiveness or blame shifting as a way to deflect attention away from their actions. Remember, you deserve honesty and openness in your relationships. Don't be afraid to ask the hard questions and trust your instincts. Transparency, my dear friends, is the lifeblood of any healthy relationship. It's about being open, honest, and accountable for your actions. When someone is betraying you, one of the first things to erode is often that sense of transparency. Think about it. A partner who is freely sharing their thoughts, feelings, and experiences is unlikely to be harboring dark secrets or engaging in deceptive behavior. But when someone starts closing off, withholding information, or becoming evasive, it can be a red flag that something is amiss. You might notice that they're no longer as eager to share details about their day, their work, or their social life. They might start guarding their phone or computer more closely, as if they're afraid of you seeing something you shouldn't. This lack of transparency can create a chasm in your relationship, leaving you feeling shut out, unimportant, and distrustful. You might start to feel like you're walking on eggshells, afraid to ask questions for fear of upsetting them or triggering a defensive reaction. And let's be clear, you deserve to feel secure and included in your relationship. You deserve a partner who is open and honest with you, even when it's difficult. A partner who values your feelings and understands that transparency is essential for building and maintaining trust. Remember, a relationship without trust is like a car without wheels. It's going nowhere fast. Don't settle for anything less than the honesty and openness you deserve. Emotional or physical distance is also one of the key signs we all crave intimacy, both emotional and physical. It's a fundamental human need to feel close, connected, and loved. When someone is betraying you, one of the most painful consequences can be a growing distance in your relationship. This distance can manifest in a multitude of ways. You might notice that your partner is no longer as affectionate as they once were. Those spontaneous hugs, those lingering kisses, those tender moments of physical connection, they might become infrequent or disappear altogether. Emotionally, you might feel like you're drifting further and further apart. The conversations that once flowed effortlessly might become strained or superficial. You might find that they're no longer confiding in you, sharing their dreams, fears, or vulnerabilities. You might feel like you're losing your best friend, your confidant, the person who knew you better than anyone else in the world. This emotional and physical distance can be incredibly isolating and painful. It can leave you feeling rejected, unwanted, and deeply insecure. You might start to blame yourself, wondering what you did wrong or what changed. But here's the truth. You deserve to be with someone who cherishes you, who wants to be close to you both physically and emotionally, someone who makes you feel loved, valued, and desired. If you're feeling a growing distance in your relationship, it's time to have an honest conversation with your partner about what's going on. Don't ignore those feelings of disconnection. Address them head-on with love, compassion, and a firm commitment to rebuilding the intimacy you've lost. Change in priorities. Life is a balancing act, isn't it? We juggle our careers, our relationships, our families, our passions. And in any healthy relationship, there's a shared understanding that we're in this together, navigating the ups and downs as a team. But when someone is betraying you, you might notice a subtle yet significant shift in their priorities. Suddenly, you might find yourself at the bottom of their list, their attention and affection diverted elsewhere. They might start working longer hours, claiming that their job demands it. They might rekindle old friendships or develop new hobbies that take them away from you more often. They might become increasingly distant from your family and friends, as if they're trying to create a separate life for themselves, one where you don't quite fit in. Now, it's important to remember that people change and evolve over time. It's natural for our interests and priorities to shift as we grow and learn. But when these changes happen abruptly, without explanation, and at the expense of your relationship, it can be a red flag that something is amiss. Pay attention to how they spend their time, their energy, and their resources. Are they still investing in your relationship, nurturing your connection, and making you feel like a priority? Or have they become distant, withdrawn, and emotionally unavailable? Remember, you deserve to be with someone who cherishes you, who makes time for you, and who puts your relationship first. Don't settle for being an afterthought in someone else's life. In conclusion, recognizing the signs of betrayal is not about becoming suspicious of everyone around us. It's about trusting our instincts, honoring our feelings, and protecting our emotional well-being. If you've noticed these signs in your relationship, it doesn't necessarily mean your partner is betraying you, but it does mean it's time to have an open and honest conversation about what's going on. Communication is key. Remember, you deserve to be in a relationship where you feel loved, respected, and valued. You deserve a partner who is honest, transparent, and committed to building a life together. Thank you for joining me today. And remember, if you're going through a difficult time, you don't have to go through it alone. Reach out to a trusted friend, family member, therapist, or counselor. There is strength in vulnerability, and there is always hope for healing and happiness. If this video resonated with you, do not forget to like and subscribe for more tips on building healthier relationships and personal growth. Share your thoughts in the comments section. Have you ever experienced betrayal, or do you have tips for spotting the signs? Your story might help someone else on their journey to healing. Let's thrive and grow together.